Steelers Nation, buckle up. What I'm about to share could send shockwaves through the NFL. This isn't your everyday sports update. This is the kind of rumor that makes fans lean forward, eyes locked, waiting for the next sentence. Whispers are echoing through league circles about a move so bold, so unexpected, that it could change the entire balance of power in the AFC North. Picture it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a franchise synonymous with grit, steel, and defensive dominance, potentially making a play for none other than Denzel Ward, the electrifying shutdown corner from their fierce rivals, the Cleveland Browns. Before we break down the latest details, a quick timeout. If you want every twist, every insider leak, and every headline before it hits the mainstream, make sure you subscribe, like, and tap that bell icon. You won't just stay informed, you'll be part of the first wave that knows. Now let's get back to the breaking news. While no deal is inked, the very possibility has fans in a frenzy. Social media timelines are ablaze with theories, trade scenarios, and passionate debates. Could Ward's speed, instinct, and lockdown coverage be the missing puzzle piece to propel the Steelers into serious Super Bowl contention? Analysts are already sketching out how his presence could revolutionize their defensive schemes, from tight man-to-man matchups to unpredictable zone coverages, and the thought alone is fueling hours of sports talk radio and countless YouTube breakdowns. This isn't just speculation. It's a potential chess move that could leave both franchises and their fan bases reeling. And with the off-season clock ticking, the next headline might arrive a lot sooner than anyone expects. The story refuses to fade. Instead, it grows louder, richer, and harder to ignore. The whispers around Denzel Ward aren't just about blazing speed or perfect coverage, they're about something deeper. Behind the highlight reels, Ward carries a presence that shifts the energy of a locker room. Teammates speak of his discipline, his focus, and his quiet ability to elevate everyone around him. For a franchise like the Steelers, built on grit and tradition, that kind of leadership could be as valuable as any interception. Insiders claim Pittsburgh's coaching staff has been studying film with surgical precision, imagining how Ward's skill set could be woven into their existing defense. On sports forums, the debate is relentless, from how he'd match up against elite receivers to how his arrival might change the swagger of the entire unit. Some see it as a move that could inspire younger players, sharpen the defensive edge, and create a ripple effect that changes the tone of every practice, every game. The intrigue stretches beyond the field. Contract numbers, salary cap calculations, and trade hypotheticals are being tossed around like chess pieces on a board where no one's sure of the next move. Broadcasters speculate about shifting playoff odds, while fans daydream about game day scenarios. Ward locking down one side of the field, freeing linebackers and safeties to attack with ruthless aggression, sparking turnovers that tilt games in Pittsburgh's favor. From sports talk shows to social media, the rumor has exploded into a full-blown phenomenon. Analysts sketch defensive formations on whiteboards. Fans share digital mock-ups of Ward in black and gold. Predictions fly faster than the NFL's own news cycle. Whether this deal happens or remains just a tantalizing, what if one thing is certain, the possibility alone has become one of the defining storylines of the offseason. For the Browns, the thought of losing Denzel Ward doesn't just sting, it tears at the fabric of their defensive identity. Every rumor fuels a fresh round of speculation. How would they replace a player who locks down one side of the field almost by himself? Would they shift their scheme, hunt for a trade, or gamble on a draft pick to fill the void? Behind the scenes, analysts are untangling a knot of financial realities, contract clauses, and trade mechanics. Some argue the cap numbers make such a move impossible. Others whisper about creative front office gymnastics that could bring it to life. The Steelers, after all, have a history of bold, calculated acquisitions, moments when they've reached for game changers rather than safe bets. And in that light, the timing feels almost cinematic. Fans, meanwhile, are lost in the possibilities. They imagine Ward's speed and instincts meshing with Pittsburgh's pass rush, freeing safeties to roam and quarterbacks to take risks they normally wouldn't dare. Conversations drift toward the big picture, season trajectories altered, playoff brackets reshaped, even Super Bowl matchups swayed by a single defensive piece. Insiders hint at private meetings, agents, executives, coaches, where words are carefully chosen and no one confirms or denies too much. The silence only feeds the fire. On forums, every tweet is dissected like a secret code. On talk shows, the rumor is treated less like idle gossip and more like a chess match unfolding in real time. Whether this deal ever materializes almost feels secondary now. The storyline has taken on a life of its own, proof that in the NFL, speculation can be just as thrilling as the action on the field. And if Ward were to don the black and gold, it wouldn't just be a roster move, it would be a statement, one with the power to shift the balance of the entire league. The rumor has become more than just a whisper. It's an undercurrent running through the NFL's off-season chatter, impossible to ignore and impossible to prove, at least for now. Each new anonymous source or offhand comment from an insider adds another layer to a story that feels equal parts fact and folklore. Whether you're a casual fan scrolling headlines or a diehard who knows every stat in the playbook, the intrigue is magnetic. By now, the conversation has spilled into every corner of the football world. Debate rages over how Denzel Ward's arrival could transform Pittsburgh's defense, from tightening their single high safety looks to unleashing blitz packages designed to confuse and dismantle opposing quarterbacks. The Browns' possible counterpunch is equally compelling. Would they reshuffle talent from within, or hit the free agent market with a vengeance to fill the gap? For some analysts, this isn't just a tactical conversation, it's a psychological one. Landing Ward would send a clear, unmistakable message. The Steelers aren't content to compete. They intend to dominate. That kind of statement resonates beyond the locker room, echoing across the league and forcing rival teams to rethink their own strategies. And the ripple effects wouldn't stop in Cleveland. If Ward dons the black and gold, Cincinnati and Baltimore would be staring down a secondary anchored by one of the NFL's most disciplined and explosive corners. Offensive coordinators would have to redraw plays, receivers would face tighter coverage, and quarterbacks would have less room, both in the pocket and on the scoreboard. Fans can't resist playing out the what-if scenarios. Divisional games where Ward undercuts a route for a pick six, or times when his speed erases a deep threat in the blink of an eye. Whether the story ends in a blockbuster trade or fades into off-season mythology, it's already achieved something rare. It has the entire football world leaning forward, waiting for the next move. For the Browns, the mere thought of losing Denzel Ward has cracked open a vault of uncomfortable questions. Would they have to reimagine their draft board? Make an aggressive push in free agency? Even adjust the very structure of their defensive philosophy? The answers aren't clear, and the uncertainty only deepens the drama. Behind the curtain, the numbers are a puzzle. Contract language, salary cap gymnastics, trade contingencies, all hidden from public view yet constantly speculated about. Each cryptic tweet, every league-sourced tidbit, and the endless stream of fan theories have pushed the rumor beyond idle talk. It's now a central storyline in NFL discourse, pulsing through sports radio segments, podcasts, and comment sections like an electric current. The emotional response has been fierce. In Pittsburgh, fans are imagining a secondary so airtight it could erase an opponent's top weapon and still have the energy to bait quarterbacks into costly mistakes. In Cleveland, the mood is far more tense. The idea of losing a cornerstone defender feels like watching a guardrail vanish on a winding mountain road. Ward's consistency, his competitive fire, and his ability to single-handedly tilt matchups have made him more than just another player. He's been part of the Browns' defensive backbone. Social media has become the arena for this battle of hope and dread. There are highlight reels of Ward's finest moments, fan-made graphics of him in black and gold, and heated debates over trade packages that could make or break the deal. Analysts sketch out potential draft scenarios and cap restructures while fantasy football players salivate over the idea of Ward delivering game-changing stats in new colors. And then there's the lingering suggestion, whispered by some insiders, that Ward might be open to joining a franchise steeped in defensive tradition, where veteran leadership and a ravenous fan base could match his own intensity. True or not, the thought is enough to keep this story alive, turning an otherwise quiet stretch of the offseason into one of the most captivating waiting games in recent memory. Speculation around Denzel Ward's possible arrival in Pittsburgh has evolved into more than just a trade rumor. It's a glimpse into how the Steelers might reimagine their very identity on defense. If the move happens, it could mark a deliberate shift toward speed, coverage precision, and positional versatility, edging away from the old-school model of sheer physical dominance. Some insiders believe the coaching staff has already begun sketching new schemes in their minds: tighter single coverage, deceptive blitz disguises, and dynamic zone rotations designed to exploit Ward's instincts and athleticism. In the right system, his skill set could disrupt offensive game plans before the ball is even snapped. Analysts see it as more than just an upgrade. It would be a declaration to the rest of the NFL that Pittsburgh is prepared to invest in top-tier playmakers to stay at the forefront of competition. Fans, meanwhile, have taken the conversation into overdrive, sharing detailed film breakdowns, mapping out potential playoff paths, and crafting dream scenarios where Ward's presence flips the momentum of a crucial game. Even the financial chess game has entered the spotlight. Theories swirl about cap restructures, incentive heavy deals, or trade packages carefully engineered to satisfy both teams. On the other side of the field, Cleveland's hypothetical response sparks its own debates, whether they'd lean on emerging talent or aggressively pursue replacements in the open market. And yet, for all the rumors and whispers, no definitive word has surfaced. The story lives in the space between fact and fantasy, fed by insider hints, strategic possibilities, and the shared imagination of fans who can't help but picture the moment Ward steps onto the field in black and gold. Until that day comes, or the rumor finally fades, it will remain one of the most charged and captivating narratives of the NFL offseason.